Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is the Express Show, the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. And my name is Joby. Today is on Wednesday, the 31st of March, 2021. The month is almost coming to an end. It's 11:18 here. It's 11:18 a.m. and it's on Wednesday. The weather is a little bit chilly here. When I was coming to work, the weather was really chilly. But right now I can see the sun is really coming out, and it's getting warmer and warmer. Good morning and welcome to the show. This is the Express Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're never taking your time for granted. Do remember to get hold of us on our social handles or on our social media handles. On Instagram, the 254 Express Show. On Facebook, the 254 Express Show. On Twitter also, the 254 Express Show. And of course, if you've missed any of these shows, remember we got you covered. You can get hold of us on www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. You can get to watch some of the videos that you've missed us, or any of the shows that you'd have loved, to catch up with us, but you missed. We got you covered. You can get hold of us on the www.blackoutfirenetwork. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today we're looking forward to giving you some interesting topics. Do remember to tell us, give us your views, share with us, talk to us. Tell me, how is your week been? How is your week going so far? For me, it's so far so good. I'm just happy. Still, enduring the curfew thing, that we've been talking about here on the Blackout Fire Network. It's really the COVID-19 it's really giving us a lot of stress, the pandemic, the whole thing. And considering that last week Friday our president did he came out and he made a speech that the curfew restrictions are on, and it starts from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. So for 4 a.m. that's when you get to run your businesses. That's when you get to run to work, or start with the normal schedules or whatever hassles that you are doing outside there. You can give us your views. Tell us where you're listening to us from, which country are you listening to us from, or whichever location you're listening to us from. And also tell us how is the week coming along. Tell us also, is the COVID-19 restrictions there? Are they really getting tighter, like here in Kenya, here in Nairobi? How are they doing? Do get to give us your views, and we shall be looking forward to that. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as I said, today we're gonna be looking forward to some interesting topics, and of course we're gonna be discussing whatever has been trending throughout the week, or as the week goes on. We have the COVID-19 cases, as we said. COVID-19 is really the pandemic is really giving people stress. And when I was coming to work in the morning, I got to, I had on the classic 105 as usual. That's, I think, most of the Kenyan drivers. I don't know if it's, I think it's the Kenyan drivers, they love listening to classic 105. It's where you get the hot tea each and every morning. It's almost the same as we give it to you here on the Blackout Fire Network, where you can catch all the fresh vibes, the fresh, and as I always say, it's always about positivity. We don't want negative energy here. Keep it positive, keep it positive. The COVID-19 cases are really rising up. Are you really staying safe out there, wherever you're listening to us from? Are you wearing your mask? Because here in Nairobi, if you don't put your masks on, and you just get to take a corner, mind you, you're gonna bump into a cop, and you won't know it's a cop because they don't have the uniforms on. They don't have the uniforms on. So it's really crazy here. Tell us, are the COVID-19 restrictions out there? Also, is your country giving out the restrictions, or is the government also, giving us some orders about the COVID-19 restriction? How is it going outside there? Here in Nairobi is really getting tighter. The businesses have been affected, including hospitalities, workers, salary, everything is being affected. And of course, even the transport itself, sometimes even it's a struggle when you're, trying to get to work. But hey, money, where is the money? We're trying to hustle, and the government is really limiting our time to get the money. The COVID-19 restrictions are really getting tighter. And I just spoke on the cops. I heard in the morning on the radio when I was coming to work. I remember there was a time back then, there were some restrictions about the, cops wearing their uniforms. Each and every police officer should have a uniform on. But, they don't listen. These people don't listen. They just want to take money. And trust you me right now, considering that even there's some counties that have been locked down. There's no access going from in and out Nairobi. There's no, coming from in and out Nairobi, and some other counties as well. It's really going crazy out there. And as I also saw yesterday on the news, there are some people who live on the western region, on the, those who are living in the up countries, and there's some others who are really, they are stuck there. Mind you that the schools are schools right now are closed, and some people took a vacation immediately. When their children took a break from school, they decided, why not should we not go home and catch up with some of our family members. And mind you, others are there, they are locked down there, and we don't know till when this lockdown is going to continue. The president is there to give another speech till we don't know when. But we're looking forward to some positive results, to some positive vibes. As I said here on the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century, it's all about fresh vibes, fresh heats, and keep it positive. My name is Joby. Welcome to the Express Show. Tell us, how is the weather doing outside there? Is it fair? Is it chilly? As I said here in Nairobi in the morning, it was a little bit chilly in the morning, but it's really getting a little bit warmer. I'm feeling a little bit warmer here, and of course, I'm feeling good as I get to interact with you on the Express Show. Welcome and thank you so much. I'm just here, looking forward to giving you some positive vibes. And tell us, get hold of us on our social handles. Tell us, how is the COVID-19 restrictions? How are the COVID-19 restrictions, being held out there wherever you're listening to us from? Are the cops also doing the same? Do you get to bump into a cop whereby he doesn't have a police uniform, where you can't even know if he's a cop? Maybe you've just removed your mask. I said here last week, I think, no, not even last week, on Monday, I did get to discuss when I said, in slums, mostly people are really suffering. In the slums here in Nairobi, people are really suffering. When you just, maybe you're busy doing your hustles, doing your busy schedules, and you're out there, then maybe you're hungry on the road, and you decide to catch a bite. You're like, I'm feeling hungry. Let me just cut some crepes here, or let me cut some mandazi here, or maybe I am on they sell yams, maybe on the road, you just catch a bite for something to hold your stomach. And just as you make a corner, or you're not even made a distance, even in about 5 minutes, and you get hold of a cop, and he arrests you just for you putting your mask on the jaw and you're eating. Of course you're eating. It's not like you're walking in, you want to disrespect the government's rules, you're eating, but they're going to arrest you. And that's going to cost you a lot of money. And it's no less than 500 Kenyan shillings, which is really hard to find. Trust you me, 500 Kenyan shillings is enough in Nairobi, especially if you're really, if you're really living a low life, or really struggling to be a breadwinner in your family, or to just make meet end here in Nairobi. 500 is enough to feed your family for a whole week. Trust you me. You can use 100 bob each and every day. You can buy kales for 10 shillings. I don't know, maybe it depends by the number of family you have. Let's say you have 2 kids and your husband there. Let's say if I'm a mother, skuma wiki for 20 bob is enough in a day. And I'll do the kisiagi. They call it the portion meal flour, kisiagi, unga ya kisiagi. Here they call it here in Nairobi, unga ya kisiagi. I'm gonna buy maybe that for 50 shillings. There's some places where they do some, the measures and everything. You're gonna buy that, and of which can sustain you for maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on the portion. Also the struggles here in Africa are real. And then you come to imagine that the president, before he makes speeches, he doesn't consider other Kenyans, or we as the common wananchis. We the common wananchis are really going through a lot. We are going through a lot of struggles, and it's really, really crazy. I also heard on the radio as I was coming to work in the morning, and there was the radio presenter who was like, the radio host was like, Kenyans out here are really complaining too much. Oh, the president did wrong. He should have considered people before, making the speech. And he was like, put yourself in his shoes. And I was like, if I put myself on his shoes, I would really think so deep before making one of these decisions, because me personally, considering the hardships that I've gone through growing up, it's really, you have to be mindful of other people. You have to be thoughtful of other people. You have to have the heart of humanity in you. So if I put myself in my president's shoe, I'm going to be very thoughtful before I make a speech. I'm going to be very thoughtful of my economics. How are people in my country going to be affected? Yes, I'm going to put a lockdown. But do you know there are some other people who are doing let's say the drivers who are, let's say taking people from upcountry to Nairobi. That is from the rural areas to Nairobi, from Nairobi to the rural areas, from Mombasa to Nairobi, from Nairobi to Mombasa. There's some those long distance, traveling that they have to make. And if I was Uhuru, I'll have to think of this. Right now, the buses are sleeping on their stations. The drivers are there, just seated, doing nothing, not even waiting for the president to make the speech, because we don't even know when he's gonna make the next speech. I mean, this guy takes a lot of time before he makes a speech. The last time I remember, he was supposed to make a speech on 10th of this month. That was on 10th of March, of which he didn't. There was supposed to be the curfew thing was supposed to be open. The lockdown was supposed to be open. All these things were supposed to be. Everything was supposed to come back to normal, not only for him to shock us on Friday last week. There is a lockdown. I mean, everything is being affected. Our salaries are being affected because expenses are rising each and every day. Trust me, even when I was coming to work today in the morning, the amount of transport that I used to pay, back then, it's not the same anymore. I mean, since Friday, ever since the president spoke on this matter, everything is really rising up. Everything is rising up. The bus fares, foods, and everything is really rising up, and it's really crazy. Give us your views. This is the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century, and this is the Express Show. My name is Joby. Welcome to the show. We're looking forward to be discussing some interesting more topics. Give us your views. Tell us, how is the COVID-19 affecting you? As I said, in Nairobi, things are really getting tighter and tighter, and it's really crazy. We're gonna take a short break, then we're gonna be right back, where we're gonna also continue and discuss some other effects that are affecting our countries, or topics that are affecting our countries. Do stay tuned and get hold of us on our social handles, the 254 Express Show, that is on Instagram, on Facebook, and also on Twitter. And of course, if you missed any of these videos, as I said, we got you covered. You can get hold of us on the www.Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century, where you can get some interesting topics or whatever you have missed. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna be right back. And we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Express Show. My name is Joby, and this is the media of the 21st century, the Blackout Fire media of the 21st century. It's the 31st of March, 2021. Then time is really moving on so fast. I don't know why time is running from. I mean, where is it going to? It's 11:32 a.m. here, and the weather is getting hotter. I mean, I'm feeling hot. I'm feeling hot here. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as I began the show, we were discussing about about the COVID-19 effect. And you can give us your views. You can get in touch with us. Share with us where you're listening to us from, whichever continent you're listening to us from, whichever country or whichever region you're listening to us from. Tell us, how the COVID-19 restrictions, running around there in your country. Is the government where you're listening to us from also doing the same thing as here in Kenya? Are the restriction also tighter in the here as well as here in Nairobi? Are the expenses or the economics also being affected? Considering even artists, we as artists, or even so many people have been affected. Do give us your views and tell us how are the COVID-19 restrictions, affecting you out there. Even you personally, do remember to tell us how is the week coming along. You tuning in into the Express Show is always a pleasure, and we're not taking your time for granted. And we're gonna move on. Today we're also gonna be discussing about, last week there was this topic that was trending. Not even a topic. There was this issue that was trending. There was this man who went on a date with a certain lady from Facebook. They met on Facebook. Then they decided to go on a date. Like how this social media handle. So you get to see a pretty girl, or, a handsome dude and a handsome guy, and you like, why not? Why should I not slide into the DM? And so yeah, they decided to, they got hold of each other from the social handles, and that was Facebook, and they went on a date, and there was also some video shown, and they were having a good time until the man booked a room. And when it came to the part, where the lady was supposed to give in, she was like, no, honey, I don't do this. I mean, it's on a first date. I mean, how do you do that? How do you even do that? It's on a first date. You should get to know each other better. I mean, you're just from the social media. It's a little bit awkward for me, meeting up with someone on the first date, or on the first date, then they're like, they want to get all the way down or do everything, everything nasty or everything. It's really not, for me, it's inappropriate. Personally, it's inappropriate. And the moment I'm going to just read your mind to that shit, I'm going to walk out. I'd rather pretend I'm going to the ladies' washroom or something, but I'm not going to be back. So there was this issue that was trending last week, both on Twitter, on the news, everywhere, on the radio stations. And there was these two couples, not even couples, these two people who met on the social handles, and the man booked a hotel. And when the lady the lady refused to give in. The lady refused to give sex to the man. The man decided to rape this man. The man decided to rape this lady. I'm sorry, I meant to say the man decided to rape this lady, and this led to the death of this lady. Okay, there's some other people are saying the lady passed away after 7 days after the rape, and others are saying the man killed the lady after raping her. So we're not quite sure about the story. We will get in touch of that later. But my main issue here is the lady was laid to rest. May she rest in peace. And my main issue here is I don't understand why the government, yes, they did arrest the man, because after him committing the murder, or after him committing this incident, he ran away. He ran to the county of Nakuru where he was arrested. And it's really crazy that he was released after him being arrested, after him being given the charges, after giving the family all this, all this pain of, it really hurts to lose someone. Let me tell you, it really hurts. I don't know if you've ever felt the same pain, but it's really crazy when you lose someone who is close to you, especially for a family member. Now you can imagine, this is a young lady. She was a student. She was a university student. She just went on a date, innocently. Then the man decides to rape and kill him. And the government, our poor government, the government has the guts to release him on a bond of 200,000 Kenyan shillings. I mean, not even the money. Why did they release him? That's my question. When I saw the news, I was like, whoa, wait. Why do they really have to release these people? It's not fair, because, mind you, this person has committed murder. This person has committed murder. I don't see the reason why he should be released. He has caused tragedy to the family. He has caused pain. I don't see the reason why he should be released. Give us your views. Tell us where you're listening to us from. Get hold of us on our social handles on the Instagram, the 254 Express Show, on Facebook, the 254 Express Show, and on Twitter, of course. Uh, you can you can get hold of us on the 254 Expression. Of course, if you missed any of these videos, you can get hold of us on the www.blackoutfire network, media of the 21st century. Give us your views. Give me your thoughts on this. Do you think that whenever someone commits a murder or a crime, should they really get released? There is justice that's supposed to be done here, but the government, they're always looking forward to the money. I don't know what is it with money. I don't know what is it with money, but they're always looking forward to money, and it's really, really crazy. It's really, really crazy that money has become the source of corruption, the source of injustice. It's really, really not. It's not nice to me. But anyway, do give me your views. Maybe I'm the one who is in a pandemic here, including the COVID-19 effects. Give me your views, give me your thoughts on whatever you think about this matter, which is really affecting our nation. I mean, rape has become like a normal thing. Rape has become, it's like a continuous thing, and the government does not see that the families, we girls, are being affected. Don't you think that you have you as a politician out there, or you as a policeman, or you as a lawyer, or you as a judge there? Yes, you've arrested this person, but what if it happened to your kid? What if it happened to your kid? Would you have let them go? Would you have done the same? Would you have done this injustice? I don't think so. So let us be fair, not only to the family, but also to yourselves. It's really crazy. When you're just gonna take money and let go of someone, they're gonna repeat the same mistake, because they're like, if I can pay this certain amount of money, I mean, I can still do this, and they're gonna let me go. I can still do this, I can still repeat this, and they're gonna let me walk scot-free. It's really crazy, and we shouldn't be repeating this. We're gonna take a short break, then we're gonna be back with the major topic, and stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Joby, and this is the Express Show. This is the Express Show. We're never taking your time for granted. We love you being here. Give us your thoughts, on the COVID-19 effects, on these rape matters. How are they really affecting your countries out there? The government's doing the same as here. Nairobi is really corrupted. I mean, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Nairobi is really corrupted. There's a lot of corruption going here. There's a lot of injustice going on here. We're going to take a short break. Then we're going to be right back with some spicy topic. It's all about fresh vibes, fresh hits, and also positivity. Hashtag positivity. We keep it positive here. We don't want any negativities involving us. Keep it locked. We're going to be right back. And we are back. Welcome back to the Express Show. My name is Joby. This is the Blackout Fire Network, media of the 21st century. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you can get hold of us on our social media handles, the 254 Express Show on Facebook, the 254 Express Show on Instagram, and of course on Twitter. Do hashtag the Express Show and the Blackout Fire, hashtag the Blackout Fire Network, And also, of course, if you've missed any of these videos or any of our shows, we'd love to know, what were they really talking about? What was she really talking about? You can get hold of us on the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. I'm sorry, the www.blackoutfirenetwork.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're not taking your time for granted. Give us your views on the topics that we had discussed earlier on the COVID-19, the rape matters. And of course, we're going to jump into our main topic today. Our main topic today is the how the domestic workers are being treated here in Africa and of course in abroad. Domestic workers. Domestic workers. What do I mean by domestic? House helps. House helps. Are they really being treated here in Africa and of course in the abroad? The outside countries. First, I'll start by saying, domestic workers are not just any people. They're not just, any. As much as they come into our lives, you like, do this. You get to command them. Do the dishes, do the laundry, wash the house, clean the house, ensure the kids are fed, ensure that my husband has done this, ensure that my wife has done this, ensure that she has gotten this, ensure that you've gone to the shopping mall. Do this and this and this and this. Do you know that they are humans? Do we consider that these people are also human like us? Do we consider that blood runs in their system like us? They are also humans like us. They are not just any random people. These people are also educated. They have gone to schools. They are lacking jobs because our governments are so corrupted. Our governments are so corrupted to be giving them jobs. Our governments are so they are doing injustice. As I said, I think I discussed this on the voice of the. We did discuss this on the voice of the motherland, whereby when you want to get a job, I don't know if I think it was the voice of the motherland. Whereby when you want to get a job, we can't just get a job anyhowly. You must have the connections. Some businesses run through, family, from a family member to a family member to a family member, and they never change. They never change. It is a continuous thing. They don't want to, welcome an outsider to try this new thing. And this leads us, or most of the girls, or most of the young men, when they finish school, they lack jobs and they end up applying to being domestic workers. But what do we do to them? These people take care of our kids. These people take care of us too. These people take care of our houses whenever we're not there, because we get to trust them for us to leave them with our kids. We get to trust them for us to leave us with to get hold or to handle our houses. We get to trust them to even do our laundries. But most of these people, most of the employers end up mistreating them. Most of the employers end up mistreating these employees, the domestic workers. Why? They are humans like you, as I said. They are also educated. These people have dreams like you. They have goals that they want to achieve, but you are denying them the opportunities. The government itself is denying them the opportunities. How should we really treat them? How should we really treat them? I remember there was a time I was living with an aunt of mine, and we had this domestic worker. She was called Bridget. Shout out to Bridget wherever she is. I mean, she was the best. She was the best example that I saw, and from my aunt, of course. From there I really learned on how these people should really be treated, because I also, when you see these programs on the televisions whereby you see how the employers are treating the house helps, you should do this. I don't want you sitting here. I don't want you whenever we're having food, you shouldn't sit the same place as us. You shouldn't sit on the dining table. You shouldn't use this bathroom. You shouldn't use this room. You shouldn't enter this room. So many restrictions. I mean, yes, it's your house. But, I mean, is it really necessary? Is it really necessary? To me, I don't think it is. My aunt, I remember me living with my aunt, and we had Bridget in our house, and she was the best I ever had. And I remember my auntie, whenever we could cook, sometimes she could even come off to work, and she could come prepare the meal. She was like, what, Bridget, just sit down. Today I'm gonna do the laundry. I'm gonna do the dishes for you. I'm gonna do everything for you. I mean, just sit down. Also feel like me today. Just feel like the boss today. Today I'm gonna do what you do today. She could come from work. My aunt sometimes could come from work, do the laundry, do the dishes, and also cook. And we sit on the same dining table. and we could eat with this girl, on the same table. We could make stories, we could laugh. But when you go to some places, let's say on the abroad, where you get some young girls whereby they get to travel to, from Kenya or from Nairobi to, let's say, Saudi Arabia, Dubai or Qatar. Most of them, I remember there was a time cases were really rising up, that Saudi Arabia, girls were being mistreated. And of course, girls were being, not even being mistreated, they were killed. Why? First, if you go there, they say that you must change your, if you're a Christian, you have to change to being a Muslim. That is the religion, everything, of which I don't think it's necessary. To me, I don't think it's really necessary. Why someone should interfere with your personal, your personal life and your your godly life. I don't think it's really necessary. There was some such cases where you should change from Christianity to being a Muslim. You should wear, of course, when you go to someone's places, you're gonna wear respectively, of course. But when they're trying to make you wear like a Muslim, or wear to, maybe let's say you're a Muslim and they're trying to make you dress up like a Christian, it's really troubling. It's really stressing. It's really troubling most of us. And you could find most of the families in Kenya, when they let their girls go outside from their country, when they go outside Kenya, they are stressed, all the time. They have to make phone calls to ensure if they're doing okay, to ensure if everything is running okay, because murders were being committed there. Videos were being recorded when you see people being slaughtered. Why are house helps, domestic workers being treated like this? Why are they being treated like this? Don't you think, or don't you, you should put yourself on the same or in their shoes? What if it was you? Would you like to be treated the same? Would you like your child? You don't know about, you don't know what the future holds. That's the funny thing. We never know what tomorrow holds. Your kid might go through the same thing. Today it's her. Today it's her you're treating this way. Today it's him you're treating like this. You're telling him, clean my underwears. Others also do that. Where you get to give your domestic worker your inner private clothes to wash them. And let me tell you, by doing this, if you don't know, but biblically, whatever I really know or whatever I understand, they are taking away your blessings. And karma faces you in the future, and you're like, oh, why is this happening? Why is this really happening? Why is this happening to me? It's karma coming back to you, honey. It's karma coming back to you because you treated someone like shit before. You treated them badly before. We should really we should have the heart of humanity. We should have humanity in us. We should learn, or we should know. I wish there were classes, the way the domestic workers do have classes on, when you go to this place, you should do this, you should do this. I also think the employers should also have classes. When you get the domestic worker, this is how you're supposed to treat them, because these people are humans like you. These people are also educated. These people have goals. These people have dreams. And most of them even have left their families behind. You'll find someone is a mother who has kids and a husband waiting for them back home. They're trying to be the breadwinner of their family where they're working. And sometimes it gets so hard for them because of how they're being treated. They have to come back. And others, whenever they also say they're coming back, they end up being killed, especially on the outside countries, where the cases were mostly being reported, especially in Dubai. I also remember myself, personally, let me talk from my own experience. There was a time I got a job, or I was called out for a job. The same thing, where you have to go to Qatar, go do this and this. They lie to you first, we have a job for you. You're going to Qatar, you're gonna work as a waitress, you're gonna work as a who. But when you get there, honey, you're a domestic worker. and it's not the same anymore. The same joy that you had in your face is going to change because you're going to be doing whatever you didn't expect first. You didn't expect to be doing that. So I remember I was proposed the job and I was like, no, wait, am I really going to do this? No, me. I mean, I've had the cases, and of course, I remember there was a certain girl whom I knew from our own area or the region that I've grown in. She was killed. She I remember the case was she said she was sick and she couldn't work. She had to come back home because she had some heart issues or something, and she suggested that she should come back home to Kenya, but the employer refused and they drugged her. They lied to her, this is going to help you before you gain strength as we process your passport and everything for you to go back home. They killed her. And it was really painful. And from there, I was really conscious, like, no, Joby, you're not gonna do this. No. I'm gonna strive so hard. I'm gonna hustle so hard in this corrupt government of ours, in this corrupt country of ours, to get that job that I'm going to fit in. But it's not like I'm being against the domestic workers. I'm just saying we should know how to treat these people. They are human, like they are just human like us. They also, they are using blood like us. Blood is running in their body like us. They also get tired. They need a break. You'll find someone working from a year to others even stay in people's houses for like 7 years. I have let's take an example of there's this socialite, Diana Marwa. I really love Diana Marwa. Diana Marwa is a big example on how you should treat your domestic workers. Diana Marwa is a really big example. If you check on her YouTube videos, she's even uploaded. I love how free she really is with her domestic workers. They can laugh, they can talk. She can take I remember there's a day she took a day off and she was like, she told them, you two girls have been there in my life for 7 good years. You've taken good care of my babies since they were born. You've taken good care of me and my husband. Of course, my house, you ensure everything is on its proper place, And she was like, hey, you need a treat today. She took a day off and of course made them to rest. And I don't know why she took the kids, of course, too. And she was like, let me take you out. Today's your day. You're the boss. In fact, you just tell me what you need. I'm going to do it. She took them to the salon. She ensured their nails were done. She ensured they had a body scrub. I mean, everything was that they did some shopping on clothes, everything was provided for them. And they were like, wow, God bless you. God bless you. I mean, it's really hard to find someone like you. And trust me, it's really hard to find an employer who treats a domestic worker properly or in a proper manner, like the way they will treat their kid. It's really hard. So let's know how to treat, these people. Please do give me your reviews. How do you think about this situation? Do you think the same, have you ever seen the same situation? Have you ever seen the same situation where like, if it was me, I'll do this. If it was me, I would have done this. I would have done better than her, or I would have done better than him. I shouldn't treat this person in this manner. I shouldn't treat these people in this manner as much as they are my domestic workers. We're gonna take a short break. Get hold of us in our social media handles, the 254, the Expression on the 254 on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on Twitter, and of course, if you miss any of these videos, you can get hold of us on the www.blackoutfan.com. Give us your views. Tell us what you think about this matter, and we're gonna be right back. This is the Express Show, and my name is Joby. And we are back. We are back. Welcome back. This is the Express Show, the Blackout Fire Network media of the 21st century. It's 31st of March. As I said, the month is almost coming to an end, and we are approaching Easter. Minding you, COVID-19 has affected the Easter session, like where, Easter is all about gathering up with our families, meeting up with friends, all about, reunion and also the religion whole thing. But the COVID-19 has affected all these. Do get all of us on our social handle, the 254 Express Show on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter, hashtag Express Show and hashtag the Blackout Fire Network, where you can tell us, what you think about all this situation. Of course, the issue of rape. And of course, the major issue where we're discussing, why are the domestic workers being treated like they are not humans? Is this how they should really be treated? These people go out of their way. They really, they get tired. Being a domestic worker, it's really, I think it's the hardest job you can do, because where you have to deal with, someone's kid before they get to know, like, get used to you. They have to be others are disrespectful. If a child ain't raised right, others are disrespectful. They're gonna maybe shout at you, they're gonna maybe abuse you, they're gonna maybe even spit on you. I mean, being a domestic worker comes with a lot, but the employers that they get treat them very wrongly. Give us your view. Tell us what you think about this topic, because we are coming. We know we are almost winding up the show, and as I said, it's all about fresh vibes, fresh hits, and also hashtag positivity. It's always about positivity. No negative energies allowed here, honey. No negative energy. The time is really running out. It's 12 a.m. It's 12 p.m. here in Nairobi. It's 12 p.m. in Nairobi, and the weather is getting hotter and hotter. As I said in the morning, it was really chilly. Tell us what you think about all this. And it's always a vibe, being here on the Express Show, and of course, getting to tune in with you guys and you guys listening to us. It's always a good vibe. Tell us what you think about this whole thing, and of course, we're gonna catch up on the next episode of the Express Show. Always keep it locked. It's on Wednesday. The week is almost coming to an end also. We are approaching April. Tomorrow we're gonna be approaching April. We're gonna see what April has for us as we continue, with the lockdown session, the curfew whole thing that president has said it's a month now. You stay in your houses, you be in your houses from 8 p.m. till 4 a.m. when you can start running your businesses or going to work, running your business schedules on a daily basis. And it's just ensure that you're putting your masks on, just ensure that you're putting your masks on, sanitize your hands, because as much as, the vaccines are really coming in, we're not sure if the COVID-19 is really here. Personally, I really don't know. But thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Express Show. Just to wind up, I'm gonna give a review on the matter of the domestic matter. We should treat our domestic workers in a proper manner. These people are humans like us. These people are educated. These people have dreams. These people have goals. These people have families that they have left behind for them to come stay there with you. Now, when they are with you, you are their family. They take you as family. We get to laugh with them. We get to get open with them, and also open some personal matters. Others even get comfortable to open personal matters with their domestic workers. Others, not most of them. But, personally, I think that these people should be treated, nicely, with a proper care, just like the same way, because others are even younger, or maybe the same age as your kids out there. We should treat them properly, the same way that you would have treated your kid, or the same way you'd love to be treated. Let's treat domestic workers with care. Let's,